The chairman of the African Democratic Congress in Kanu State has made a powerful statement against what he describes as unequal treatment in how Nigeria addresses security and justice matters, and his comments are generating significant discussion nationwide. The party official drew attention to two contrasting situations that have become representative of this issue. In the Nnamdi Kanu, the indigenous peoples of Biafra leader, who remains in government custody, and Bello Turji, the well-known criminal figure causing havoc in the northwest region, who continues his activities despite being pursued by authorities. This comparison highlights fundamental questions that many citizens are contemplating. Nnamdi Kanu, who was apprehended in Kenya through what his advocates describe as an irregular extradition process and returned to Nigeria in 2021, has remained under the supervision of the Department of State Services since that time. His legal proceedings on various charges, including terrorism and treason, continue through the court system, though numerous legal challenges have surrounded his confinement. In contrast, Bello Turji, whose identity has become linked with criminal activities, abductions, and violence in Zamfara and surrounding areas, operates despite being officially sought by security organizations. Documentation has captured him in recordings displaying weapons, occasionally even issuing statements or challenging officials, yet he stays beyond custody. The political leader's remarks pose difficult questions regarding governmental focus. He questions why the administration appears more effective at maintaining custody of a separatist figure, while armed criminals who regularly attack villages, abduct people for financial gain, and participate in livestock theft continue their activities apparently without significant hindrance. This represents more than political commentary. It captures the dissatisfaction that numerous citizens experience when they learn about another community devastated by criminals or another group of people taken hostage on roads in the northwest. Bello Turji has gained particular notoriety in Zamfara State, where his organization functions with what many perceive as freedom from consequences. Communities in locations like Shinkafi have faced repeated assaults, with inhabitants abandoning their residences and agricultural land left unused due to fear. The financial consequences have been severe, with farming operations interrupted and local commerce suffering. Security personnel have conducted campaigns in these locations, but the criminal groups appear to disappear into forested areas and resurface once military attention diminishes. Some information even indicates discussions have been pursued with these criminal organizations, which generates its own concerns about whether the administration is unintentionally validating criminal behavior. The difference with the Kanu situation appears extremely pronounced. Regardless of perspectives on his ideology or approaches, he represents one individual held in a secure location while experiencing legal processes. Turji, conversely, commands an armed organization that influences territory and populations, yet stays outside law enforcement reach. This establishes a perception challenge for the administration. It seems effective when addressing political disagreement, but appears ineffective when confronting armed criminality that directly endangers lives and economic well-being on a daily basis. If you find this analysis valuable and wish to remain informed about these important national matters, please activate that subscribe function and enable notifications so you never miss updates. These represent discussions that impact every citizen, and we must continue examining them. The political aspect of this comparison deserves consideration as well. Nnamdi Kanu's confinement and legal proceedings have consistently carried political significance, with his followers in the southeast viewing him as an advocate for regional concerns and feelings of exclusion. His ongoing detention, despite judicial decisions that have occasionally supported his release, intensifies perceptions among some that the administration addresses different regions and different categories of challenges with varying standards. When this situation is examined alongside the evident difficulty in capturing criminals terrorizing the Northwest, it establishes a perception of inconsistent justice and inconsistent security implementation. The Northwest has experienced the impact of criminal activities for years currently, with Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, and Niger states especially affected. Thousands have lost their lives, Tens of thousands have been forced from homes, and numerous families have provided payments for abducted relatives. Educational institutions have suspended operations, mining operations that could generate legitimate revenue have been interrupted, and the community structure has been damaged. Yet individuals like Bello Turji maintain their operations. When citizens observe this, while also noting the firm approach used in political situations like the Kanu matter, the questions about governmental priorities become more pronounced. Some security experts contend that the comparison lacks complete fairness because the challenges differ substantially. Maintaining custody of one individual already in confinement differs from locating and capturing an armed criminal leader functioning in challenging geography with network assistance and intelligence. Military campaigns in the Northwest encounter obstacles, including the extensive forest regions where criminals conceal themselves, the geography that makes conventional military methods difficult, and the adaptable nature of these criminal organizations. However, this reasoning does not completely satisfy citizens who witness their community members harmed and their neighborhoods destroyed while such criminals distribute recordings and issue public declarations. The party chairman's declaration reflects broader dissatisfaction with governance and security management throughout Nigeria. It addresses questions about whether the administration feels more comfortable addressing political opposition than confronting the armed criminal operations that present fundamental threats to communities. It generates questions about resource distribution, about intelligence capabilities, and about whether genuine political determination exists to conclusively end criminal activities. These represent challenging questions, and they lack simple solutions, but they constitute questions citizens deserve to have examined. The perception that justice operates selectively and that security responses remain inconsistent does not support national cohesion or confidence in governmental institutions. As we continue observing how both these situations progress, the legal case in the courts and the criminal situation in the Northwest, the questions presented by the party official will probably continue connecting with many who sense that something remains fundamentally problematic with how both these parallel situations receive attention.